Little Jimmy opens his computer, ready to do some productive work today. Wait, Jimmy, is that Pornhub again? For the 5th time today? Oh no, Jimmy, stop. What separates the winners from the losers? Now, the short answer is their success. We all know this, right? Winners win, losers lose. So if you're winning, you're a winner. If you're losing, you're a loser. However, the more important piece of the puzzle is habits. How did the winners become winners? And how do the losers stay losers? Habits. The things that they do and things that they don't do. The things that they gravitate towards. The things that they ignore. These are the things that will dictate your success. Not praying and hoping that you'll become successful. Putting in the work and developing the habits of a successful person. The first thing is complaints. Losers always seem to be whining about something. Something's gone wrong, so they can't do their work. The weather's bad, so they can't go to the gym. It's raining, so they can't go out and run. Winners do what they have to do, irregardless of the circumstances. Understand? So, if your goal is to become a YouTuber, okay? If you wake up in the morning and you feel shit, you still have to record your YouTube video, okay? Otherwise, you won't become a winner. You cannot become a winner without doing the things you need to do every single day, regardless of how you feel. Because the losers like to pretend that, oh, well, I don't feel good today, so what I'll do is I'll just skip a day and I'll just do it tomorrow. No, you can't make up for it tomorrow. There is no tomorrow, there's only today. Today is the only thing that counts. What did you do today? Did you make the right choice or did you make the wrong choice? And that's up to you. Whether you make the right choice or the wrong choice. You know what the choices are. You know what the good choices are. You know what the bad choices are. But the reason you're still a loser is because you keep choosing the bad choices. You keep deciding to do the wrong thing. You keep deciding to do nothing. Inaction is worse than doing something wrong. Doing nothing is worse than failing. Because the only way you're guaranteed to fail is if you do nothing. If you don't do anything, you're not going to win. If you take action and you take a risk, there's a small chance that something will go wrong. If you don't, and you do nothing, there is a 100% guarantee you will not succeed in that thing. And every other aspect of your life, because it's the mentality that comes with inaction that will keep you a loser. It's the reason you will stay broke, fat, unhealthy, all of these things. It is the reason that you will fail, because you make complaints rather than look for solutions and do the right thing, even when you don't feel like doing the right thing. Because it's not about how you feel, it's about the results that you get. Everyone in the modern day likes to pretend that it's all about how you feel. Oh, I feel sad, so I'm not going to do anything. No, that's not how the world works. You can't just do nothing. Inaction is the worst possible thing you can do. Inaction is worse than any action you could take. Because any action you can take has a small chance of success. Okay, it doesn't matter what it is, there's at least a very small, a 1%, 0.5% chance of success. If you don't buy the lottery ticket, you're not going to win. If you don't put in the work, there's 0% chance of you succeeding. If you want to be a YouTuber and you make 0 videos, you're not going to succeed. You understand? And it's common sense, but people don't think this way. Listen, the amount of people I've heard that say they want to be a YouTuber or a content creator and they don't make videos or don't make content is mind-boggling. I don't understand. If you want to do something, why are you not just doing it? If you want to be a runner and you don't run, you're never going to be a runner. That's not how it works. Imagine sitting there and saying, I want to be a fighter. I want to be the heavyweight champion of my country, of the world. I want to go to the Olympics. But you've never been to the gym. You've never been in a boxing gym, ever. And you don't plan on it. You're not going to. You're just going to think about it. You're going to go, I could go tomorrow or the weekend or next month. Or actually, I've got this one. It's dumb. Just go and do the thing that you want to do. Otherwise, you clearly don't want to do it that much. That's why you're fucking around not doing it. Doing something else. It's either fear or you just don't want to do it. And if it's fear, then you need to overcome that fear. That's what separates winners from losers. Winners win, losers complain. Winners do what it takes every single day. Every single day they get up and they do what is required of them to win. Losers make excuses, they make complaints, they whinge, they whine, they do anything but work. Be a winner, don't be a loser. Knowledge. Losers spend their time watching Netflix, doom scrolling on TikTok, and going into Bonnie Blue. But winners spend time developing their intellect. They read books, they watch educational podcasts and videos, seminars. They do these things because they know knowledge is the edge. The reason somebody is richer than you is because they know something you do not know. And so if you don't consume the material that they consume to get that knowledge, you will not have that knowledge. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. You can read books all day long, but if you don't take action, nothing's going to change. However, you need to have that knowledge in order to take action. You can't take action on something you don't know about. If you go to the gym, okay, if let's say you want to start the gym and you want to get jacked, if you just go to the gym and throw around some weights, you'll make some progress, okay? Beginner gains, all of that shit. You'll make some progress, okay? But if you go to the gym and learn about it, you understand each muscle, what it does, how it works, how you can strengthen it, the best exercises, rep range, all of these things, you are going to make so much more progress than if you just take raw action, okay? But the same works the other way. If you spend all time reading about and watching videos on the gym and the best exercises to do for your biceps, but you never go to the gym, you're going to make zero progress. This is why I say action is better than inaction. Action is better than knowledge at the start, because you have to take action in order to gain knowledge, in order to apply that knowledge. Because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't actually do the thing, you're not going to get better, you're not going to be able to use it, and there's no point. Okay, if you read 100 books on gardening, but you live in London, in the middle of London, and you don't have a garden, and you live in a fifth, what's it even called? Fifth story flat. You're not going to be able to do gardening. You're not going to be able to do that because you don't have a garden and you can't do it. Okay? And so if you spend all day reading about something but don't take action, same thing. However, reading is one of the most important things, one of the most important habits in the whole of self-improvement. If you do not read, you will not gain more knowledge. Because in my experience especially, the best knowledge comes from books. You can watch loads of podcasts, you can watch Andrew Tate, you can watch Andrew Huberman's good. But you can watch all of these things, and you're not going to get as much knowledge as if you pick up a book and just read the book. Just read the fucking book. And you don't even have to buy the physical book. You don't even have to buy. I don't even have one right with me. But you don't even have to buy a book. If you've got an Apple phone, go onto the Books app, buy books on there and just read it. Buy a Kindle, whatever. Buy them digitally. It doesn't matter. Reading is reading. Knowledge is knowledge. It doesn't matter whether it's paper or whether it's on your phone. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're gaining knowledge. You're leveling up your knowledge, gaining more knowledge, understanding more things. Because that's the edge. Because you're not going to be able to outwork every single person. Because it just doesn't. There's always going to be some little kid in Pakistan or India or in the middle of Eastern Europe who's going to work harder than you. He's going to work 18-hour days, which isn't sustainable for you. Okay? So your edge can be knowledge. Of course you've still got to work hard. Of course you've still got to take the action and you've still got to apply the knowledge. But the knowledge is very, very important. And it can put you ahead of the competition. It can turn you from a loser to a winner. Okay, so the last thing that separates winners from losers is diet. Now, when I say diet, I'm not specifically talking about food. I'm talking about food. I'm talking about the liquids that you consume, that you drink. I'm talking about the content that you listen to, the things that you watch, the people you talk to. All of this is your diet. Now, whether that's your food diet, people forget food isn't just that tastes nice, yum yum. No, food is fuel. Food is what allows your body and mind to work well or not work well at all. For example, drinks. You drink coffee, it's going to make your brain work better. If you drink energy drinks and caffeine, like super high caffeine, like 400 milligram, 300 milligram, like all of this crazy shit, your brain's just not going to work well. It's going to go into overdrive, all of these things. Same as if you overload your body with carbs, your brain's not going to work very well. However, it might, you're going to be able to push more weight in the gym if you have high carbs. You're going to be able to run more because you're going to have more energy. The thing is, you have to carefully curate what you eat based on your goals. If your goals are to pack on loads of muscle, to go to the gym, to hit big PRs, all of this stuff, you're going to need to have high carbs. However, if your goal is to be mentally focused, to be laser sharp, to be, focused on your work, focused on your craft outside of the gym, then it might not be best to go super heavy carbs because it slows down your brain. And because your body's trying to digest all of that stuff, your brain doesn't work as well. And so that's definitely something to think about, is your diet. Your diet is what decides your path. I'm going to leave you with this. You have to take action. If you don't take action, you'll get no results. So make sure you take action. Make sure you do the hard work. Make sure you do the stuff that you know you have to do. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. I love you.